All right. This is your boy Ashton Man,
I am JJ Starwin, also known as JJ Wilson. What's going on, fellas?
and we are here with the Eternal Podcast episode 7. So give us a little second. We're gonna wait till everybody to go in. Gonna give it to about like 9, 10, and then we want to go ahead and get things cracking lacking.
Indeed.
Oh man. And I don't know if you seen like the little picture that I sent to the Discord out of the food part. Man, I literally like had some of the best Chinese food right now, and I'm kind of sitting there sick with it.
Dude, we had Chinese food tonight. Yes. Oh, you got the sesame chicken. I didn't get that. We had the lo mein, the fried rice, and then I brought the steamed dumpling and sweet and sour shrimp.
But I had the fried rice, like you said, sesame chicken, and I had the Singapore chow mein fun.
Oh, that's so good. Yes.
Yes, like if you haven't had chow mein fun, like yo,
Yeah. You'll have a burned mouth, but it's good.
yeah, you have a burn mouth, but like yo, like it hits a hole.
It is so good.
Yeah.
Damn. I don't even think that the place I usually get my food, I don't think they sell that.
Man, it's hard to find it. Like a lot of people don't
Yeah.
eat the dish.
Yeah, well, if it's coming from Singapore, that's probably why. I mean, I guess it takes people that know the recipe to really cook it.
Right.
Damn, makes me want to go to Singapore right now if I had the money.
They supposed to be like this Thailand place opening up pretty soon. Can't wait.
Oh, dude, now you make me want to get Thai food tomorrow.
Yeah. So let me see. What's up? What's going on, Killer J? Welch, Jonah. Pretty much. Thank you guys for stopping in for the podcast. We got a nice show lined up. Thank you guys very much.
What's happening, fellas?
Now we're just talking about some food real quick through the briefing. Let me know what y'all been
Yeah,
snacking
tell
on.
us y'all's dinner. What do you guys eat tonight or early in the week?
Yeah. What was the highlight meal of the week? I may just wanna, come to y'all house and and steal some of y'all plates.
Well, you seem like a chicken guy. You probably had some Popeyes.
You better not have no Popeyes. I'm gonna be over there. I'm gonna take the whole box and then jump
Oh,
jump my big ass out the tree like you ain't getting no more.
oh, he had soup. Oh,
So
what kind of soup?
what's going on, VGL?
BGL in here. What's going on, dude? Yeah, thanks for that link to Sheena. She's like a cosplayer that BGL follows quite often. She
Okay,
found Discord today.
okay.
Yep. Yeah. I knew it. Knew it.
He said, I wish I had some shrimp ramen. Oh man,
Yeah, we just had the lo mein with the fried rice.
man.
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
man. I could have definitely it's this one ramen place, Urban Ramen, that's like 10 minutes away from me, man. They so good. It has
Oh,
the thick broth though, like not just like any old broth, the thick and it has like some really thick
also
scallions in
mass
it
to it,
too.
huh? It's got
Mm-hmm.
mass to it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Then
Yeah,
get a little dumplings on the side too.
yeah, indeed. Yeah, that's what I had earlier. Steamed dumpling.
Oh yeah.
Last week I had the fried type.
Nah
I like
man.
them both.
I'm telling you, you eat some ramen, man. Like it definitely will get you ready to like if you needed to like game or whatever. Oh man, that's a great meal to have before you actually get going, get the blood going, get your insides warm and ready. Oh yeah, it'll wake you up.
Oh yeah, get your back alert and everything.
Yeah.
That jazz.
What what game you been playing behind the scenes?
Still doing the multiplayer with Ghost of Tsushima. And, I'm trying to get back into Mortal Kombat maybe tomorrow since the release of those characters are coming out pretty soon. Did you see the Melina trailer?
oh my God. look, look, I'm at work, right? And I'm playing it. They was like, you can't have your phone on the floor. I'm like, this is Melina. And they was like, who? And then the one guy that was behind, he was like, dude, you don't know who Melina is? That's Mortal Kombat. And he was like, oh, he was like, but she been out. And I'm like, that's not the. I'm like, I just looked at him like, just keep it walking.
Keep it walking.
Man, like you don't.
Yeah.
Man, that voice, and then like just that whole seductive feel that she got, and then she's so deadly. Ooh.
How about she licked old girl's face and then took a bite out of her neck?
That's exactly what happened. I was
Oh
like,
my gosh.
I was like, oh my God, they give me some fan service and brutalness all in one. I'm like, oh my God.
She licked
her and then
licked
bit
her
her.
neck and bit the neck off. And she got no throat after that. Dang.
Oh my God.
Oh man. We're sipping for. What I'm talking about.
Man, shit. She could bite my neck. Shit, take the whole meat out. I'd die happy.
I'll be dead, but it was like, damn, that's the last thing I saw.
I'm like, she licked my neck and then bit me. Now I'm in heaven.
Oh man.
But man, I don't know. I seen the Rambo gameplay, but I wasn't too thrilled about Rambo, to be honest with you.
It was good, but Melina shit was like, whoa.
Her and Reigns was like just off the train to me. Reigns was crazy. Those
Reigns was crazy. Yeah, I really like what they did with him. Really creative. And Melina too. Shoot, Melina just straight nasty with it now this time, man. God.
I'm telling you, man, it's like she can just like touch me, feel me, you know, and bite my like she could bite one leg. If she just takes one leg and allow me to caress her body in the right way, I'll be happy. Like, you know, like let me love you, you know, but at the same time
in the world.
Yeah, Rain has been underrated though, like, and I'm glad they added him into it. But as him being a demigod, they really do need to kind of like bring like some of his story into there, especially when they talking about Adenia. So hopefully this could be our way of like knowing more what's going on Rain part, especially with them having him and Melina, as which both of them was in Mortal Kombat 10 working together for their own purposes.
Oh, what's happening, Azrael? We were talking about dinner. What'd you eat for dinner? I know you're up there in college.
Man, don't say a bag on some water. I'm like, man.
Don't say Chick-fil-A.
You say Chick-fil-A, man. You need that Popeye's chicken sandwich. Ain't that right, Welch? Chicken. Fried, baked, grilled, sauteed.
Chicken?
Chicken.
Tell us Popeyes. Or Churches. Mac and cheese. What?
Was it homemade? Because it depends on who mac and cheese you go after. I'm not even going to hold you up.
Dude, did you go to a restaurant?
You get a Popeye chicken sandwich and you should watch.
People were going nuts when that first came out.
They had a cafe. Okay.
Oh, well, you ate in the cafeteria. Yeah, okay.
Your cafeteria. Okay. I mean, you know.
Okay, I was wondering. Like,
at first, I thought you put catfish down. I was about to be like, "Yo, you ain't playing." But
Chick-fil-A, I was gonna roast some of those chicken nuggets. Mini nuggets they be selling. They be pricey too, man. That should be making me mad.
Man, I had Chick-fil-A maybe 3 times, bro. Each time I went, I was really like not that impressed.
Oh wow.
Like, unfortunately, man, I don't know. But you know what?
on there was the waffle fries and sometimes the milkshakes.
No, you will take. I'll take that back. The honey mustard and waffle fries together is probably the best thing because I don't know what the fuck they put in their honey mustard, but that shit is fire.
Mm. Yes, no doubt.
Like, but but let's go ahead and get started, y'all. And here, just to reintroduce it, of course, my name is Ashton Man,
And I'm JJ Wilson.
and we about to officially get the show started. Thank everybody for definitely joining in this. So we definitely have a very interesting show. So I think this one is probably like a little bit more diverse and kind of like like dive into like both of the top categories that we talk about. Of course, it being gaming and anime, but some interesting thing to talk about, on this episode 7.
All right. So the first topic we're going to get into is the Demon Souls remake. There's a little tidbit going on about its use of ray tracing.
Right. Yeah. And I guess like with it not having a ray tracing, it did raise up some eyebrows because they feel like at this point, like the closer these consoles coming to being released, it's like they feel like we're not really getting like the full features or what they're talking about. And that could be a hit or miss. But when you're talking about this Demon Souls in a remake and confirmed not to have ray tracing, the PS5 definitely does have the feature in there. But I want to give a shout out to Mike because he actually did let me know about it. And ray tracing really benefits from the environment, especially when you got the sun beaming down and the reflections in the mirrors. I know that's the main thing the ray tracing is for, to make the things seem more realistic as your person like standing on some type of environment, some type of surface, and the brightness and everything. So it not having ray tracing, I don't see it being a big deal. What about you, JJ?
Neither do I. I mean, we're talking about a dark fantasy type game with Demon Souls, so do you really want to see a bunch of bright colors and nice, pretty looking things out in the background in your environment as you're killing off demons and things of that nature? I mean, I think it's kind of like overkill, so to speak. So I think the game will be fine as is. I think the most important thing people want to have is like strong gameplay. They want to have some excitement as they go through the entire game, and enjoy it for what it is. Not worry too much about little details such as ray tracing and vantage points.
Right. And like you said, not every game needs it, like especially like Demon Souls. It has a dark setting to it. That dark setting, the dark tone really brings out the game to really like cater to the topic of Demon Souls. Like the soul-based games is usually having that dark element to it. So it not having ray tracing, honestly, ray tracing only to me will ruin the whole atmosphere about the game.
Yeah, Azra will point out Devil May Cry. Yeah, see, with Devil May Cry, it's a little different because it's not only is it more action oriented, it also it blends in with the character's personalities, like a Dante, with him, having a more upbeat personality and stuff like that. So yeah, you're gonna jump into environments where it's dark at times, but then you're gonna get into environments where it's all lively and you got bright colors all over the place. He's rocking as he's killing off monsters. So
Right. Especially when you get like to like mid to towards the end and towards the game, you're going to get the game like being more of a light setting. So yeah, ray tracing would do that game justice, honestly. And not saying that it absolutely needed, but it would definitely benefit from it.
No doubt.
Right. So like the idea about ray tracing is not needed in every game. And if that's your reason for buying the PS5, then honestly, shame on you. The PS5 has a lot of other things to really make it stand out as someone's choice of purchase. Ray tracing is something that is good, but it's not needed for every title. So just remember that.
Indeed. So, I think as the games, get released for the PlayStation 5 and everything, I think you will start seeing more use of ray tracing. But, it depends on the game type and the theme of the game. So with Demon Souls being the darker theme game, not really an issue whether or not it has bright colors and big lights shining in your face.
Right, most definitely. So with that being said, since Sony is like, our, basically covering like this whole first topic, this is a definitely interesting article that I've seen. Apparently Sony is rapidly reportedly is to close the deal on buying Crunchyroll for nearly 1 billion.
Yeah, this is huge, guys. So this is a report from Nikki Essay, and it says they negotiated the exclusive rights, Sony, to bid for the streaming service and its 3 million paying subscribers this year. As the two companies, they have now entered into final negotiations.
Right.
And so, yeah, so the total is close to $1 billion. It's about $957 million, and that's a lot of money.
Right.
A lot of money.
And just in case if y'all don't know, Crunchyroll is owned by AT&T. If you're not familiar with their ownership, AT&T does own Crunchyroll. Now, for just to actually like dive into this a little bit, Sony, not Sony, but AT&T was asking Sony to buy it for 1.5 billion. But the thing with AT&T that's been going on for nearly like almost a whole decade now, is that AT&T actually has been going down as a company. And you talking to someone who actually worked in their cell phone retention center when I was living in Ohio. Their phone service have went down, coverage has went down, their territories has went down. They've been selling their territories and actually becoming one of them parties that has to rent to use towers. So this makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Unfortunately, I use AT&T as an internet provider, and currently, with the last stream that we did, like I was in the stream and then I got kicked out, and then I had to jump back in. Basically, I had to like tell my computer to connect back online. So I'm not sure if it's my laptop, but it might be just the modem, going in and out again. And it's AT&T, so I'm not surprised.
Right. And see, like I had AT&T for the longest time, but the most that they were offering my area was 40 megabits per second. And at this point, if my house, like everybody uses the internet, I don't have like no cable boxes. I think I use Philo TV for my streaming TV service. So everybody uses the internet. I really don't have too much of like hard copies or anything like that. So download and having that like stable connection and a good connection is important. So AT&T just couldn't cut it. 40 megabits to be spread across almost 10 devices. Nah, fam, they ain't working. I'm sorry. I love AT&T, at least for the internet side, the customer service, the availability of options, payment options, and all that good jazz. But if y'all not providing that good service, I'm sorry, I got to go.
Oh wow, yeah, that's why I miss Charter. Like when I was living in another state, when I was in Georgia, like I had Charter.
Mhm.
Rarely did I have like internet issues unless the power went out or the modem just clicked off for some strange reason. I had to like reconnect it and stuff like that. But other than that, I had great internet with Charter. And unfortunately, I had to move back home, so don't have Charter anymore. Crap.
Oh no, I understand that, man.
Mm.
I understand that, but yeah, this now potentially with this deal, because with Sony, of course, with them, being as big as they is, it can definitely add more. They probably would have more insights of what's going on with Crunchyroll, because honestly, me, JJ, even BGL has even touched bases on this about how the Crunchyroll originals ain't really doing so good. Like when you hear about like exclusive animes that's hitting certain platforms for a time period, or at least exclusive to that platform, they do the anime good. Besides Crunchyroll, like any anime that majority went to Netflix, you don't hear nothing but great stories. Like for instance, Baki is exclusive to Netflix, and guess what? Baki is awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Also, King and Ashura, another top-notch anime that people loved when it came out. Nothing but stellar reviews all across the board.
Right. Beastars. It's a few other ones. But yeah, and then you talk about the Crunchyroll originals, maybe two that was good, and the other ones is either like okay or just not great at all. And shit, Gibbiotti really did kill the whole Crunchyroll original thing. Like you looked at them, it was like, really? They really, and they thinking about doing a season two of that.
Insane.
Yo,
Like it's
so
hard to believe, like the anime doing that poorly. It's talking about getting a sequel, man. It's almost like it's getting a Black Clover treatment.
right, and Black Clover, that's a whole fucking itself. Like especially with the hiatus and the shit that they doing, doesn't make any sense. But yeah, so I'm gonna post a link in the chat for you guys. Definitely check it out if you want to about this deal. This might be some exclusive things that you may want to take a look at it and we may not have covered, but for the most part, that pretty much kind of like sums it up for that.
Yeah, and speaking of Sony, sticking to them, we got one more article here, and it's about Target. For those that are Target shoppers, I don't know if too many guys always go in and out of Target. I go there seldomly, but if you're planning to buy a PlayStation 5 in that store, you can do it, and Target will have the PlayStation 5 in stock on opening day, but there is a catch. You must pre-order online. That is the catch. So if you don't believe me, I will also post that link there. It's from Best Buy, I believe. Nope. What's this? Okay, yeah. It's from their website, Best Buy. So it talks about it directly there. Oh, wait. I probably could post it directly from here.
Okay.
Can you see it on the Discord? It's Tom's guide. Just post it there for me.
Let me see.
It's called PS5 will be in stock at Target on launch day.
Oh yeah, I got it. I'm about to do it now.
Yeah. On StreamYard, I can't post links because I'm not on my channel.
It's weird, oh man. But yeah, I got to post it up there. And yeah, honestly, they probably only going to be limited for how many PS5 is going to be there, because I actually have a buddy who works at Walmart. He works at Walmart in a different state, but he called me. He was talking about like how he was going to wait the same time I was, because he was thinking about getting his day one. But just an estimate. Think how many just at this one particular Walmart. Think how many PS5 was shipped to this particular Walmart. I just want to pick at your thoughts, JJ. How many PS5 you think? Yeah.
Oh snap. 200.
5.
Only 5.
Yes, only 5. They only shipped a Walmart only 5.
Oh wow. I wonder why that is.
Yeah. So when people were saying you're not going to get one till next year, that could be the thing. So
okay, it's a distribution issue. Probably has to do with the pandemic.
Well, I mean, they claiming that their pre-orders is definitely making their launch a lot bigger than a PS4 for what Sony is claiming. So, only thing we can do is just see how it goes.
There's a backlog, basically. There's a backlog of orders. They just haven't got the demand over yet. There's not enough supply.
Yeah.
Okay. That's probably what it is. I got it.
Yeah. So yeah, but Sony, whew, man, you got your hands full with a lot of things going on. So hopefully you guys can do something.
Okay, so this I believe is the last gaming topic. It has to do with Halo Infinite. And while I don't follow this series all that much, apparently this is a big deal.
Right.
About Lee. I think he works for this company called 343 Industries, and they're responsible now for the Halo series. There were like 2 other companies that did it, but in 2011 they picked up the slack and they just kind of continued the series on. So that's the company, 343 Industries. They're responsible for the making of all the Halo games now, and I think another one of the directors, Chris Lee, has resigned from the company. And Ash can give you more details about that.
Yeah, so he basically like because 343 Studios, that was a company that was started after Bungie left, the Halo project. There was a lot of disagreements between them and Microsoft. So half of the team went and continued with Bungie because they wanted to do the big project, and that's what we all know and love, which is Destiny. And they pretty much left Halo behind. Now, they went through quite a few, like studio heads, but this guy actually been around for quite some time. He still remains a Microsoft employee. He just not on that project, and it's just kind of crazy that like I think this is like the second person that has left. So what's going on, Halo? Like that's the question. And you could tell that Halo is kind of like losing that about itself. Like the reason why people buy Halo, like for what people say Halo haven't been the same since 3. Honestly, I feel like Halo hasn't been the same since the second one, but that's just my personal opinion. You could disagree with it. Everybody has their own taste, but a lot of people have said it hasn't been the same since 3, with the latest one being the worst. And we all know what, tragic thing happened with Halo Infinite and the reason why it got pushed back. So with that being said, honestly, they really do need to take a step back and see what direction they want to go with Halo, because now they're going in the same direction and the reason why the Bungie people left in the first place. So, yeah. How you feel about that, JJ?
Oh, that's unfortunate. I mean, I guess it's just a sign of times. Like you do so many different game projects, you kind of not only you lose, good talent, you also lose your creativity as well. So I guess, with this guy, Chris Lee, he probably just wasn't satisfied with the direction of the series was going, and he was probably hearing some of these newer ideas from these younger, inexperienced people, and he was probably like, "No, I'm not feeling this. I'm out."
Yeah.
So yeah, it does seem like Halo's kind of on its last legs as a series. Had its nice run and everything, but especially when you saw the graphics last year that got trolled so hard, or earlier in the year with that famous, I don't know what you call that monster, but it looked like Shrek or something.
That's worse than the last installment. So yeah. Oh my God. There's no, and technically, there's no excuses to why is that they supposedly have like the better console, but I have yet to see a Sony game that it broke down and said that the graphics just look terrible. Now they did a comparison from Spider-Man and said that Peter looks different, but it didn't look bad. That's the difference. They probably just updated it in the way that the system and stuff operated. They may have to rearrange some things. Over and all, Halo Infinite, honestly, I mean, gameplay seems fine. Sound was great. It just the graphics was shit. But JJ, I know you said there was one more. This was the last gaming topic, but we actually got one more we need to talk about before we switch over to anime. And honestly, it's dealing with Final Fantasy 16.
Oh yes, I forgot. Totally did. Yeah.
I almost forgot, so I looked at it. I'm like, wait a minute, Final Fantasy 16 shit. Here, I'm about to do a share screen for this, but however, they gave us some information when it came to doing this particular Final Fantasy. Like they opened up a website. We got a chance to see a little bit more graphics, but they actually went into some details with the character. So yeah, here we go. So this is the first character right here, which is it's Clive Rosefield, and apparently he's the firstborn of the Archduke what is it, Rosalia? No,
Rosaria.
Rosaria. All right, thank you for that. Through all the expectations to inherit the Phoenix Flame, awakened as is dominant, destined instead to choose his younger brother, Joshua, to bear his burden. And to search of a role of his own, Khalid, I keep on pronouncing this wrong, Salif dedicated himself to master the blade. His practice paid off when, at 15 years of age, he wins the Deco tournament and is dubbed the first shield of Rosa. I'm pronouncing that shit wrong. Rosaria. Excuse my French, y'all. Fucking up. Tasked to guard the Phoenix and blessed with the ability to wield a part of his fire, Alice Salif promised career to end in tragedy at the hands of a mysterious, dark econ inference, sent him on a dangerous road to revenge. I don't know. I mean, it sounds interesting.
Yeah, it does. I was looking at the Wikipedia too. Like, there's 6 different factions. So he's part of the Rosaria Duchy Kingdom or whatever. Then you got the Holy Empire of Sambreek, the Kingdom of Walad, the Dotmekian Republic, the Iron Kingdom, Iron, and the Crystal Dominion. So you got all these different little countries within this world, and it seems like they're all about that action. Oh, that's little brother.
Yep, that's the younger brother right there, the second son of the Duke. So yeah, this is the brother that was mentioning him, and yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't look nearly as badass as his brother.
That could be the magic user though, out of both of them.
Oh, so he's using magic?
Yeah, it could be. It could be just the way he looks. He could be the magic user because I mean he doesn't look like he about them hands. He probably about them spells and books.
Yeah, he's about magic spells, man. He's like, he gonna read the book and go summon other demons to kill them all.
Now, this person is interesting too. Jill Warwick, born in the fallen Northern Territory, Jill was taken from her homeland at a tender age to become a ward of Rosa. Rosaria. Okay, Rosaria. Get in your head, goddammit. Securing peace between the two warring nations, the Archduke insisted that she be raised alongside his sons, and now 12 years old, she is much as part of the Rosefield household as Salif and Joshua. Ever kind, gracious, and assuming, Jill has become a trusted confidant to the brothers. So I'm thinking she's kind of like the younger sister in a way, because and she has a lump interest with him. And I mean, I'm not saying that their age is like a huge difference, but 12 and 13 is a noticeable difference.
It said she was brought to Rosaria at a young age, so she's probably not their actual sister. Just right. And right. She's there, she's there to support, I guess in case they get badly hurt. She probably has powers to heal them and stuff like that. She could probably fight the demons too in her own kind of way.
Yeah.
She's like there for support.
Yeah, the cleric.
Mm-hmm.
Look, this is some of the lands and stuff that I guess it's one of them. And the kingdom looks kind of interesting. The way the castle set up kind of reminds me a little bit of like Castlevania in a way. So yeah. Interesting. And this is the Dominus, which is pretty much is going to be the summoners, and I guess is the Phoenix for the first son. So I mean, I think we've seen images of this already, just not the city, but I think we've seen one of the monster. Yeah. And that pretty much sums it up. So honestly, I think Final Fantasy 16 is probably going to be a better startup than how 15 went, because 15 sounded awesome, looked awesome, but it just they messed it up by having so much of the story being locked away by DLC. So if you didn't buy the special edition, you wasn't going to know quite a few backstories or things that happened in between, especially when it came to Iggy going blind, Prompto found out who his people is, Gladio pretty much overcoming his odds, or even some of the newer ones where Ardrin, you figure out that he pretty much was a puppet by God. So yeah. It's a lot of things that was held by the DLC that shouldn't happen, and if they only included in the game, Final Fantasy 15 would have been great, and it was good.
G-Man. He said Final Fantasy 16 better be better than 15.
Oh, hey, G-Man, look, I'm with you. If this thing doesn't take off, you know what? I'm going to Square Enix, going to Square Enix headquarters and they're gonna have to fight. And I'm going to fight Square Enix. I'm taking my shirt off. I'm taking my beater off. Taking my pants, my shorts. I'm going in there with some tube socks and underwear, and I am fighting. I am fighting.
Yeah, don't let Final Fantasy fall into the Halo category. The way things are going with that series, let's just put it that way.
like do this game justice. Final Fantasy 14 is doing amazing for it being an online game, but don't let that be the main focus and you lose focus on the traditional Final Fantasy that we all love. I mean, heck, Final Fantasy 8 is still one of my favorites. I love Final Fantasy 7, but to me, I think Final Fantasy 8 is better. Like the characters more in that, but that's just me. But I love the audio that Final Fantasy always offers. It's amazing.
You think there'll be a remake of 8?
Remake of 8? I will definitely hope so, but that is talking about them putting the gears on getting 7 out the way, because I feel like they probably not gonna get finished with 7 until I'm like 40 and I'm 30 already, and shit, like the fuck, I'm getting old.
Yeah, man.
I'm around
for so long. Didn't the first game come out like back in the 80s? The very first game.
Now, I'm sorry, Jada, but now GMAT. Look, I will say this: 12 sucked. 13, I would have been fine with 13 if they didn't come out with a part 2, and part 2 to 13 was the cleanup. So yeah, it didn't do so hot. 15, yeah, it could have been a lot better. And if it wasn't for 14, we probably wouldn't even got a 15, let alone them working on 16. So yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, but JJ, this is how I feel right now. I feel as if, because at first, before the authors and everything, said that this was going to be the next final arc for One Piece, I thought I was going to die, and they were still going to be working on the series. I would have died without them finishing fucking One Piece. That shit was depressing. I'm like, I'm old as fuck. They started this anime back in the 90s, and I was just a young boy. Now I'm an old head. I didn't, had a fresh cut, had braids, fro, all that. Now I'm bald, and it's like, yo, you still working on this goddamn manga?
Yeah, they're still working on it. It's gonna drag on a little while longer, but the ending is very close. It is getting closer to the end, which is kind of hard to believe, because that series is going on like The Simpsons here in America, but the ending is getting near. I think they might still be in Wano, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
but, they're getting closer to the end of One Piece.
Yeah, I got like 20 chapters to catch up with it. So, man, but one thing about One Piece did happen that we don't talk about the stuff that 4Kids TV did when they made a fat Luffy. We don't talk about that.
Yeah. So speaking of One Piece, if anybody has any questions before we move on to the anime side, let it be known. Before we move on. Well, let's talk about I would have died, and One Piece would still continue.
That is depressing. Like, man, it's depressing. Like, to know that like a series like that you've been following like majority of your time in life, and they still have not been finished. Like, it's already bad enough that we all know that General Hospital, the little soap, show that comes on like during the day when like kids are at school, still goes on. Like, that show has not took a break or anything. Heck, the same actor that you probably remember like 20 years ago, Sonny, is still there. And yes, I know his name because I had all of the women in my family used to watch General Hospital.
Wow, that's something.
Right.
So yeah, the next article we got is from Bounty in the Comics, and this was interesting because I just happened to catch this right out of the blue. And it says the title is CBR takes issue with One Piece female characters, claims Ichiro Oda's designs reinforce harmful stereotypes.
Man, they better get out of here, man. You try to take my you take my Bangkok away. I'm yo, they want to see me punching somebody on the fucking like news. Like, what's going on, Mac? Appreciate it. But man, like, it ain't nothing. Like, look here. Let me share screen this real quick.
Yes, do share screen because it's gonna talk about the designs or how Ichiro Oda designs his female characters. So basically, the lady that's complaining is her name is Vivian Seo. She is an author of the website Comic Book Resource. That's where the acronym CBR comes from. So if you type in on Google, it's Comic Book Resource, and you'll see it's basically a website, for comic book fans, especially here in America. And so what she was saying is like Ichiro Oda's characters either draws them as hyper feminine or they're outlandishly bizarre, with barely anything in between. And the characters' personalities, they correlate with the design. Well, yeah, that's kind of obvious because you look at Big Mom. Look at Big Mom. She's overweight, and we could tell with most overweight women they have big mouths and they don't know when to shut up, right?
Yeah.
But with more attractive people such as Nami, your Nico Robbins, Coronas, Vivies, Boa Hancocks, they all have the long legs. They got the very thin waist, and then they have what Oda describes as the three circles, the two breasts and the round head, right? So that's basically how he draws his attractive female characters. And this lady, all throughout this article, she's just taking issue with that. She's just kind of going on a tit for tat kind of thing. It didn't really make a lot of sense to me and everything. So overall, what are your guys' thoughts about, this lady and her comments talking about, oh, it's over the top, and he doesn't have any diversity in his drawings when it comes to the women.
Yeah. Like, honestly, in my opinion, when it comes to it though, JJ, is like technically he has diversity in it, but it's like I don't know. I just like these topics is like so sensitive. It's like you can't be wrong and you can't be right. Cause like if you make them like not too much feminine, then they talking about how women is having so much masculinity in their design. But if you make a woman too feminine, then we exploiting the female's body to degrade us as women. And it's like you can't be in between. You either make them look sexy or you make them look, like a rugged guy or whatever the image is. But to me, this picture alone shows the diversity that they have in here. Like, not everybody in here is wearing a skirt. Not people in here showing their legs off. I mean, yeah, Big Mom is probably like the most overweighted person in here. But guess what? She got cleavage showing. You see her legs, but you don't see her boobs. Don't see hers. Don't see hers. Don't see none of them but some Big Moms. So yeah, I mean, you see the legs, but whatever, Now you scroll down her, Nami, whatever she's wearing, the little
Yeah, that's the ninja. Dang, I forgot her name. She's in the Wando art. She was drawn in a more unique way. Similar concept, but you see how much larger the head is. And you see, she's overweight.
Like, right, but I mean, like, she has the whoop right here. Nami's showing a little cleavage, and this chick right here, when they had a little Agent Zero kind of thing going on. Look at this. She, got a little something showing right here. Show some little legs. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And that was this lady's argument here, which didn't really make a lot of sense because Khalifa is an antagonist in the One Piece world. And so let me read the paragraph here. She says she asserts that the bizarre women drawn by Oda were solely seen as villains, comic relief, or both, depicted as evil, vulgar, and are blockheaded, and claim that they are often reduced to a joke for failing to adhere to the beauty standards of the other female characters. Again, Seo's portrayal of the series' more unique character designs only holds weight if one were to dismiss nearly the entirety of One Piece's long run, as Oda's bizarre female characters, much like his beautiful ones, are seen in a wide range of roles throughout the series and are far from stereotyped as villains.
Interesting. And see, like, and then like, and Welch, you actually said something too. Like, man's is always like hyper masculine and meter, so it's cool to be ripped, but it's not cool to see boobs. Like, I'm gonna put it to you like this: if you ever seen JoJo, that whole like anime deals with people being super masculine in a in a special kind of way. I'm gonna say.
They get straight retarded with that show.
Like the stances, the poses. Oh my god! Like it was like it's so funny. Look, I have a boy named I Am Chaos. I play with on the PlayStation. They had he stays in Philly. Ironic, right? He went to this like gaming expo. And it's this one dude that he said that comes there like every year. He's a black Dante. He has the Dante outfit for Devil May Cry 3, black guy with the silver hair. And he always get a picture with him. And this last like set of pictures with him, he should start doing JoJo poses. It was like the most funniest shit I ever seen in my life. like you just like this black guy with glasses just sitting there just doing all of the JoJo poses to the T, and I'm like, oh my god.
Wow, he was showing out, wasn't he?
Man, bruh. he deserved an Emmy for that. He deserved an Emmy. It was hilarious. But that just like goes into like I said, like when it comes to it, you can never be wrong, you can never be right. So honestly,
yeah, that lady was going on a tit for tat basically throughout that article, guys. Like I just said, like the with that blonde chick that you saw earlier, Khalifa, she's a villain. Technically, she's an antagonist. And another one right off the top of my head, the harpy chick. She had the green hair, and Zoro was fighting her, and she was like, "Oh, you don't fight women, do you?" She was taunting Zoro the entire time, and then Zoro was like, "Oh, you want to test me? You want to test me?" And he finally took out a sword and he beat her. He cut her. You see what I'm saying? But even though she had wings and stuff, she was marginally attractive chick. But she was a bad guy. So I don't know what this lady's getting at.
Yeah, they get the same treatment. If you got to get cut, you got to get cut.
Zoro and Luffy will put hands on chicks. Don't get it twisted. They will.
But
no.
Look, the one scene that always gets me though for One Piece is when they first got Frankie on the team, and Nico Robin, she ended up using her ability and kind of like squeezing his nuts. Oh my God. That was hilarious. Man,
one way to get you in the ship with us. I'm like, dang.
Super.
Hey, I'm surprised Frankie didn't tell old girl, hey, can you do that again, please? Can you do it, please?
Yo, Luffy was tripping out. He was like, Robin, he was like, that's a no spot. You don't do that. And when he said no spot, I'm like, that makes me think about a certain somebody. Got a star on my head. But yeah.
Man. That was insane. See. We'll play it, but we ain't trying to get flagged.
Right. So let's go on to the other topic now. This is funny. So let's talk about this now. We know that right now I think it's about to go into episode 6 of Jujutsu Kaisen, and honestly, due to the ratings and everything, and looking at it and actually watching it, Jujutsu Kaisen is probably one of the best like fall animes that we got. The animation good, music, everything about this anime just holds very well together. And honestly, ever since the anime took off, the manga sales have went up, and that's crazy. Like the manga pretty much launched March 2018, and man, like ever since this anime like kind of like took off, like the manga just sales have been growing up like crazy. It's to the point to where they like have hit like the 10 million copies, like, and just like them premiering and actually doing the promotions for it the manga has actually, since of May 2020 up until now, they hit about 4.5 million copies in that time period. That is amazing.
That's doing numbers.
Numbers. And the last time something like that did numbers, guess what? That was Demon Slayer. And
Wow.
even though Demon Slayer has ended, it is still doing numbers. Like, let's not get it twisted. Just because it ended in the manga does not mean that people is not buying this up. That means that they are even buying it up more.
Wow, that is really telling, man. And I see the volume is up. The volume, the manga is up 13 volumes so far. And when I was at Barnes and Noble last week, the I saw a trade of the manga books of Jujutsu Kaisen. It was like 6 volumes. So I was like, dang, they already got like a nice collection of manga for Jujutsu Kaisen. And
128 chapters.
right now it's like at volume 13 or whatever. And then I think you told me either last week or the week before that the author he or she is planning on extending the series like for several years, so to speak. I did watch the latest episode tonight, by the way. So yeah, I won't spoil it, Azrael, but you're gonna see some references made by Itadori. That's gonna make you laugh really hard.
Right. Yeah. So like right now, I think with the way just Jujutsu Kaisen is going to be, it's going to probably be around as long as My Hero Academia, because My Hero Academia is going to be around for some time. So look forward to Jujutsu keeping up the good work. I'm definitely happy about it. It gave us something else to really, have us like eye candy. Well, not so much eye candy, but just our attention. Eye candy is the doctor from Akudama Drive. Like, them buns is for fun.
Yeah. I don't want to spoil too much on episode 5 for Akudama Drive, but the doctor got kind of feisty with those swimmer chick. And because she was trying to interrogate them kids and stuff, and Swinner's like, "You can't do that. You're a bully." And then everybody else is like, "Yeah, you're a bully. You need to stop it. It's not a good look."
Somebody calling somebody a bully. I hope that reminds you of a certain somebody. You bully. Stop it.
Bully. Stop.
Stop.
Yeah, but Jujutsu Kaisen, man, like the one thing I've been impressed with the anime is the comedy, man. They've been putting on some jokes on there, boy. Especially whenever it what's that guy's name with white hair? Gogoi, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever he's on there, he's always cracking jokes, man.
Yeah, and I mean, and see what is so crazy too is that I like the fact that it could be really serious, it could be real violence, it could get a little gory, but it could have some comedy into it. Them characteristics, when they blend together, you get greatness, and that's what we got.
Indeed. I haven't seen Fire Force yet, but I'll check it out tomorrow when I get a chance. I know they're moving on to a new part of the art and everything. And, Golden Kamuy last week was great once again.
Oh man, that's good to hear. But like I said, all these animes doing their job is pretty good. Even Yashahime is actually starting to get real good too.
Right, Yashahime. Yeah. Oh, dude, that one villain that's dead now. He has that bone. He pulls out people's bones from their bodies. I'm like, dude, okay. Oh man, that's some painful stuff right there, boy. Don't be that person.
I think they needed to do that though to show that they can still get really greedy. How Inuyasha used to do it, his demons used to attack villages. Like, you remember when Koga's wolves, attacked that one village. My man tried to flee in the water, and the wolves went and like mauled him down, and then they chased Ren into a forest and mauled her down. Hilarious.
Oh wow, dang. It's been so long since I've seen that though. It's been like a really long time.
Like I said, love Inuyasha. Can remember a majority of things from it. That's my bread and butter. That's one of my favorites.
Mm.
So
Okay. We're going to go ahead and talk about this article. This might be the last one that we have. Let me check. Yeah. So this is about the voice actors in Japan. So basically, they have like a league. Let me pull up the beginning article first. There's like
yeah,
a anime voice actors union in Japan. Yeah, Japan Actors Union, and they did a survey of all the actors. There's about 2,500 active voice actors in the country, and so they did a poll not too long ago, and it turns out 30% of the workers were considering committing suicide due to overwork. And so let me get into the article here with Anime News Network. So the survey asked about types of worries and anxieties the members face on the job. And the answers include subjects like working hours and harassment. One psychiatrist at the symposium announced the results, stating entertainers are constantly judged on social media services and they have a diet and sleep restrictions. So it's very easy to become stressed and they do not have anyone to talk about their worries. And that can lead to thoughts of suicide. Yeah, so like I said, the Japan Actors Union has about 2,600 members. So I guess if you do the math, 30% out of 2,600 people, that's I have to pull out the calculator right quick. Let's calculate that. That should be easy. Give me a moment. 2,600, 30%. So that's 780 people. 780 people out of 2,600 people were thinking about killing themselves, man. That's crazy.
right.
And I have another article from Japan Today that talked about this as well, and they touched on it a little bit deeper. Let's see. I read the same thing and said this year Japan has seen tragedies from various actors like Hamura, Maria, Sei Ashina, and Yuko Takeuchi, as well as high-profile reality TV star, and everybody knows this, Hana Kimura, the wrestler. The current pandemic has exacerbated poor mental health for many people, especially young people, and the Japan Actors Union is choosing to assist actors' difficulties and specifics by setting up a male health discussion resource for their members. So they're trying to set up like a division to where these voice actors can express their opinions about their treatment at work and everything, and they're going to work on ways to try to make it more healthy for them, as well as make it a more friendly environment whenever they go to work. So I think it's a nice start for them, and hopefully we won't be hearing any more reports about these guys trying to off themselves whenever they have a bad day on the job.
Yeah, that definitely does need to be a concern because when it comes down to these like work environments, it can get stressful, especially dealing with like these manga creators. It's real crazy. So you know, I'm glad that nobody or that anybody who does have like that issues with thinking about killing themselves and they don't. Big shout outs to you guys. Y'all strong, stronger than you know. So
Yeah, especially with Japan's crazy workload. Some of
yeah,
these guys go well into the weekends too. Like they're doing like 10 plus hours a day, 12 plus hours a day. I mean, it could get very stressful, I'm sure. Like, man,
right.
if you
So
enjoy these shows and watching, like we just been talking about earlier, watching all these different shows and stuff, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes and how these guys are feeling and stuff. I guess you can kind of tell, depending on the series, like which voice actors having more fun than the other and stuff like that. So you can kind of tell a little bit, but other than that, I'm glad they're trying to make some measures to help these people out. They are working very hard.
heck yeah. Well, again, I definitely understand how they take that dedication to their work, and whatever they do for us definitely gets understandable, get that appreciation. So
Mm,
so yeah,
indeed.
so yeah. Anything else you want to cover with it, JJ?
Uh, I think we pretty much we pretty much burned through these articles today. Like, we touched on it for like 10 minutes a piece or so, you know. But other than that, I do plan to get Assassin's Creed Valhalla on Tuesday, November 12th. I made that announcement on the last stream. Since I decided to resend my order for Cyberpunk, I basically just switched the order. I decided to get Valhalla instead since it's going to come out sooner. It's going to be more ready. I just got the standard edition. So once I get that, I'll see how the game is. I may live stream if I have time. I think I'll probably do that on Tuesday. So yeah, everybody be on the lookout for my channel, JJ Wilson. So that'll probably be like the next major game I play. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And check it out. Check it out in the description too. That's where it's at. Be able to check them out. Like you're gonna be doing it on that Valhalla. Man's is ready.
As I said, they released more virtual gameplay. Oh, did they? I didn't see it. Man. Is that that that's that addition for Devil May Cry 5? If I'm not mistaken, Azrael. I think that's what that is.
Right. Well, that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna, I actually put up a whole box of Assassin's Creed Valhalla at work, and I was like, man.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, Welch. Yeah, Welch had just stepped out. Yeah, we burned our articles today.
Oh yeah.
Well, we had a bunch of them, but it was so short, except for the one about One Piece, because that was more like a critique than anything else.
Right. Yeah, but I don't know for everything so far though. That's pretty much it. I mean, I know next week is probably going to be some interesting things, especially with console releases up on the rise. So we definitely going to be seeing some very interesting things.
Oh, by the way, the Video Game Awards, that's December 10th. And I believe that's on a Thursday. I'm looking at the calendar. Let me check right quick. Yeah, December 10th. Everybody, keep in mind that's the Video Game Awards. So we get to find out what's the game of the year overall, things of that nature. So yeah, we'll keep that in mind, and hopefully, like the day after, assuming I'm not testing that day for martial arts, we could probably do like a quick stream and we can discuss things and talk about whether or not their pick was the right one for all these different games and everything for their categories. So yeah, do be on the lookout for that December 10th Video Game Awards. Hosted by Jim Keeley.
Yeah, and do know that like just as well like voting or whatever, you can't get involved with some of these video game like nominations and stuff because, man, if you disagree with it, don't like it, get on there, get involved with it, get to know these people who make these games because, honestly, I don't want to see Last of Us Part 2 winning the Game of the Year award. If it does, that means
that's going to cause a firestorm.
That is going to be the worst firestorm ever. That's going to have me firestorming. Hell.
It's already been filled with firestorms, hurricanes, and tsunamis, and things of that nature. So, I mean, The Last of Us 2 getting Game of the Year is going to just be one more, icing on that disastrous cake.
That's facts. That is facts. Shit.
Oh, Eli's mastering Medea. Oh boy, what game is he playing?
Yeah, I read it.
Same here. We all do actually.
Yeah, if Ghost of Tsushima was to do it.
Yeah, we hope. Well, we're crossing our fingers. I wouldn't even mind seeing Neo 2 get a nomination. I'd be happy just to get a nomination.
Right. Most definitely. I would love to see that. Most definitely. But Ghost of Tsushima would probably be like the best thing because I don't think that will put Cyberpunk to being even a candidate. So it's funny.
Hey, go back. Yeah. Once we end the stream, BJ, hey, go tell them, hey, where the exclusives at? Where the exclusives at for the Series X?
Ask them what about the release date for Halo Infinite? Tell them what's Xbox conditioning the gaming industry. It's okay to beef up a console, but you can't get a goddamn game right. Piece of shit.
Xbox in my pillow, y'all.
I got a pillow with the Master Chief, and I'm putting a hole in it.
I got an Xbox pillow set with the comfort, bitches.
Y'all don't know about this. This is Xbox pimping.
Xbox seats, Xbox carpets. Hell, we got an Xbox roof.
I got an Xbox Master Chief helmet, so when my wife put it on, I could be making love to both of them at the same time.
And I got an Xbox fridge with all my Xbox gear. Jerks.
Man, that is so funny. Yeah, and I just want to let you know because I know in the Discord, it came up about the whole thing with like guest appearances. It is something me and JJ do talk about. Honestly, it's something we gotta see how we'll fit it into the segment and stuff like that. But look, it is something that will be something interesting to do. Just not right now. I want y'all to get the that sauce.
Right.
Like, trust me. And the idea that will be behind it though is the fact that you will be contacted like way before, like we won't do it like a day before or anything like that, because that's not good enough for you to research like the amount of topics we will have. Even if it's not that much of an amount, if it could be lengthy, it's still something that all of us have to research so that we can make sure to have our point of views and everything like that. But again, right now, that's something that we have talked about, just not focusing on.
Indeed, indeed. Anybody have any other questions? Any other topics that we kind of missed this week? Things of that nature before we close.
Yeah. Any games y'all been playing? Like, something you finished? Something you've been playing behind the scenes?
Man.
Huh?
He was in here earlier. He did a live stream earlier today. I actually subbed his channel because I never realized he made content until today.
Who?
He's doing a Spider-Man live stream. He did that like earlier today.
Who did that?
Jonah Hendrickson.
Oh yeah, I got him, and I got Bear 64. So too.
Okay, yeah, I got Seven Bears too. Damn.
Yeah, I got both of them. I'll be trying to catch Jonah, but like some of the times he be going live, I'll be at work, and they've been trying to hound us down by our cell phone. So if
I was in my workstation, so I just happened to see it.
Right. So I know when I get home, I try to at least like try to play it through if I'm taking like a nap or something, and let it get that watch time for you guys, because any publicity is good. So I'm definitely.
Yeah, Wildman was playing. He was playing. Dang, what was that game? He played a bunch of games besides Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, he
was playing Final Fantasy VII, and he played another game. I can't. Silent Hill, was it? Maybe?
Yeah. Oh no, you don't gotta be sorry, Jonah. Hey, look, I understand you gotta stream when you can. If I can't make it, trust me, I will always go back and watch it. And that's with anybody's stuff. Like if I miss JJ, VGLs, or anybody's stream, I always go back. I make sure to hit it with that like button and at least let it play through. Even if I'm not watching it, I will let it play through, so everybody can get that watch time. Trust me.
Yeah, no worries. We just happy you showed up. I mean, if you showed up for like 30 seconds and then hit the like button, hey, it's all good for me, man. I just know you guys showed up.
Azra, I seen a little bit of the raid. A couple of my buddies, they attempted it. I don't think they finished because there was a confusion going on. But I think they probably finished it by now because they try to do it like on the first or second day that it released on Ghost of Tsushima. So I'm not sure.
God damn, them dudes was grinding. They must have been hours and hours of play.
My boy Draco, he got 2 characters max level. Same thing with my boy Frog and my boy Drew.
I bet it is crazy. Damn.
Yeah,
like, what is his highest level in Assassin? Like, right now?
But I do know though, next week, because I'm still going to be streaming Trails of the Cold still, but I'm also going to be playing some of the Destiny 2 expansion. So, so yeah, I'm gonna be definitely doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, that house gonna be like probably the next big game I picked up, and I'll start streaming that like Tuesday for sure. It might take some time to install, but I'll try to at least get the intro and like the first little bins of the game, and then we kind of pick it up from there.
Oh man, Jonah, me, you, JJ, and Azra probably need to link up on the Legends.
Probably will. Well, not well. I tried to do it Azra a bunch of times, but his connection is like it's shared by so many people in that dorm to where it's not a strong connection, and we're just not able to link up. Because every time I try to invite him, it won't let me invite him into my gameplay. So it's like, what the heck,
Right. Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, connection's got to be top notch.
Yep. Oh yeah. But whew, but anything else, y'all? Cause you got anything else?
For sure, when you get back to your house, and that way the connection will be a lot stronger, and then we'll be able to just play.
Oh yeah, we'd do it. Trust and believe me. And just
Oh,
know,
I'm gonna do Sekiro. Oh man, I trade the game. Damn, now I have to like buy the game again, and then, well, hell, like I have to play those bosses over too, probably more than once. That's the thing.
right.
Yeah.
Well, whew, man. But just to let y'all know, next week, Eternal Podcast. Eternal Vintage Podcast. I gotta rename. I messed up. I just realized, man, this is a long work day.
Yeah, I took me a little nap before we did this.
Yeah, no, man. Like you'd be surprised. Like I had I had the craziest like 48 hours ever. Like my younger brother, he ended up like getting arrested.
Shit.
Yeah, it was dumb. Like he had his piece on him, and he didn't have his holster, so he literally forgot to bring his holster with him, and the cops picked him up. So
Oh man, riding around strapped. Damn.
yeah, so unfortunately he got picked up, and then turn around. I spent like 5 hours at the detention center waiting on them to tell me that he didn't see a judge, blah blah blah. Then today I was like, oh, get into work. Hey, guess what? You want to train for a new position? Sure. So yeah, busy. But I went ahead and just changed it just now. It should have updated. Yep, it did. Eternal Vintage Podcast. Okay, cool. Yep, I updated. So yeah, boom. But other than that, was there anything else, JJ?
Oh no, man. That's about it for here. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Eternal Vintage Podcast episode 7. So next week will be Eternal Vintage Podcast episode 8 on my channel. And as far as adding guests, we'll have to talk about that more back behind the scenes. I know a guy on Discord earlier today was asking about that. But yeah, we're gonna do that when the time comes. We're just getting started. This is only in seven episodes in, so it's gonna take time for us to get our voices heard out here on YouTube and everything. And then we can talk about adding some people on as a third guest, to bring in more insight about, their viewpoints on anime and games. So it's gonna take some time, but yeah, so far everything's looking good for both our channels. We've been getting a lot of subs over the past 7 weeks, so
Oh yeah.
keep this thing going as best we can. So yeah, guys, do please tune in. Eternal Vintage Podcast, episode 8 on my channel. Hopefully it will be next Friday. As long as there's no crazy turn events going on in our lives. So yes, do be there. Count us, and we'll give you all the news you guys need.
Right. And so here, let's get a shout out. So I definitely want to give a shout out to Azrael. Man, you have not missed an episode, and that junk is much love. I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to everybody, VGL. You definitely made a video today, letting people know to check us out. Much love. Well, thank you. You stopped in. You was hoping to be on time. Joda, appreciate it. Killer J, you was the first one in, man. Appreciate it. G Man. Hey, look, every time we talk, it's always something interesting. Love it. Meg, thank you for stopping in. Sigma,
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by again, Sigma. We really appreciate it.
man, always, man. And if y'all haven't, man, Sigma, he does some interesting videos, man. Like, guy really gets down with his stuff. So if y'all haven't, check him out. I recommend it. But yeah, but thank everybody in here, everybody who wasn't even in the chat too, because I know sometimes we be having mystery viewers. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate it. Don't forget, smashing that like button, smashing that link that's in the description. That's JJ channel link. If y'all haven't already, subscribe to my boy. Trust me, anybody who comes his way with the problems, he got the caster ready for you.
Thanks, man.
But
all right, guys. You guys have a good Friday. Have a good weekend. Stay out of trouble. Watch these gaming streets.
Watch them gaming streets.
Yeah.
And if somebody comes to you with a Halo pillow talking about touch it, just punch right in the face and then like drop elbow them like right in the neck.
And punch the pillow too. Destroy it.
Pee on the pillow. But we flying out. JJ got some bounties. Ashton man about to go Mac with his lady. So take care, y'all.
Later, guys.